Hey ladies and gents, welcome back. This is going to be part 4 to What If Naruto Was Madara's Grandson. So, make sure to like and subscribe. The like goal in this video is just going to be 100 likes, and with that being said, make sure to check out my Discord. I'll leave a link to that in the description, and let's just do a brief recap of what actually happened in the last part. In the last part, Naruto basically... They went through the land of... Or not land of waves, sorry, I misspoke there. They basically went through the Forest of Death of the Chunin exams, and the beginning of the actual, fighting part, where, well, what is that even called? Like, the actual, tournament area thing. And they just went through the beginning part of that, because the fights in that part were so easy. Like, Naruto fights frickin' Kiba, come on. And Sasuke would fight a guy who isn't that strong, but can absorb chakra. So he could literally do what he did in the original and just not use ninjutsu. But come on. So, anyway, let's just get into the new material of the What If, where we're basically just going to start off with a little break before the actual, finals of the tournament of the exams, where everybody would actually, have their difficult battles. Everybody would be training during this, with Naruto and Sasuke going off to train with good old-fashioned Kakashi, because I don't really see why Naruto would go and train with Jiraiya in this, because Jiraiya couldn't, Jiraiya doesn't really have any, lightning-style jutsus, which is Naruto's lightning and fire. Probably wind also, because Kushina, but yeah. He has lightning, fire, and wind, because Naruto can be OP, because I can make him OP, because, yeah, why not? So, Naruto would go off with Kakashi, and he and Sasuke would end up both learning the Chidori, along with getting, just as strong as, somebody Sasuke got over that little break where he could, copy and Lee's taijutsu and everything like that. So that would happen with Naruto and Sasuke. So by the time the actual, next part of the exams would start, Naruto and Sasuke would be a hell of a lot stronger than their original selves at this point, because they started off stronger, and they got better training in because, they were both training instead of just one of them. So with that happening, Naruto and Sasuke would basically begin the final phase of the Chunin exams, which would start with Naruto facing off against Neji. They never really had that, moment where Naruto got really pissed at him because of Hinata and everything like that. Well, maybe he got, mad, but he wouldn't, get that pissed. He's just kind of yeah, I'm gonna beat this kid. He's not that... He isn't as determined, I guess you could say, as he was in the original, but that isn't gonna matter all too much because Naruto's, lot stronger than his original self at this point. So he's pretty easily gonna, or not easily, but let's just get into the fight. So the fight would begin, and Naruto would basically start off by just kind of charging at Neji, because he knows Neji can use taijutsu, and Naruto doesn't have any ranged jutsu, or not really any, powerful ranged jutsu. So Naruto just kind of runs at him, knowing that he's going to have to use taijutsu in order to win this battle, activating his Sharingan as he's running at him, which is a 2-tomo Sharingan at this point. So, with Naruto basically just sprinting towards Neji at this point, Neji wasn't expecting that. He's just I was expecting this kid to know that I basically am really good with taijutsu and run the fuck away and try to use some ranged jutsu, and I could flex on that hoe, and I could end up using my good old-fashioned frickin'... What is that thing called? The frickin'... What is the circle mean? Why can't I remember what it's called? I literally, bro moment. That's all I gotta say about this. Seriously, palm rotation thing. He uses that. He was I was gonna use that and flex on this kid, but it seems as though I'm just gonna flex on him with my almighty frickin' taijutsu skills. So with Neji, he's pretty quick. He's pretty fast. He's pretty skilled when it comes to taijutsu. However, Naruto's also pretty quick and pretty fast, and pretty skilled with taijutsu. However, Naruto would have a little bit more power to his punches, because I'm going to say he does, because Neji, the gentle fist is kind of gentle, you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say about it. So when Naruto lands a punch on Neji, Neji's gonna get hurt a hell of a lot more than if he punches Naruto, because remember, Naruto had all 64 of his chakra points closed, and he still stood the fuck up. So no matter how many points Neji closes, if he manages to get all 64 palms off on Naruto, Naruto's just well, guess what? QB chakra, bitch, because he can do that. So no matter really what Neji does in this little confrontation that he and Naruto are having right now, he's not gonna win. What's he gonna do? what's he gonna do? Like, come on. It's Naruto, who's stronger in base. Then you add a Sharingan, and then you add lightning release and fire release. What the fuck is Neji gonna do against this kid? Like, obviously Naruto's not gonna use, like, a Chidori or anything like that, because, you know, he's like, I can't really kill my comrade or anything like that, because, let's be honest. Say Kakashi's teaching them this, he'd be like, do you really think he would teach them this if he didn't know that they weren't gonna just pull it out against some random kid in the Chunin exams and be like, I'm gonna kill you with it? Like, I mean, Sasuke kinda did that, but that was against Gaara, so that doesn't count, right? Right, exactly. So anyway, their battle would basically continue on with Neji not really being able to land any actual blows on Naruto, because Naruto just he's faster than him, and he's stronger than him, and like, what's Neji gonna do? Like, those are his two big things, that he's fast, and that he's pretty strong. Like, what's he gonna do against somebody who's better at both of his best categories, and then has some other things, like, I don't know, having a Sharingan, or, well, like, Neji has a Byakugan, but, like, wow, I can see your chakra points, cool. Like, the Byakugan was all hyped up, but it didn't fucking do shit. Like, what did the Byakugan do? Well, Hinata actually pushed back a Ten Tails arm with a air palm, so actually it's Ten Tails level, so yeah. No, sure, why not? We'll go with that. No, whatever. Anyway, don't ask me what I was going on there. I just kind of went on a rant for absolutely no reason. Where were we in this fight again? Naruto about to not kill, but, you know, beat Neji? Yeah. Let's go back to that. So, Naruto's about to deal the finishing blow to Neji. Neji can't do anything to block it, and he gets absolutely butt-fucked by Naruto, leaving him incapacitated, on the ground, unconscious, with Naruto having basically no damage to his actual, like, body itself. He took a little mental damage because Neji kind of made him fry through a few of his brain cells with how freaking annoying he was. But, come on, that's not weakness. Naruto's just reverting to his original self at this point. He's just like, yeah, frying a few of my brain cells, that's pretty normal for me. Not even gonna lie about that there, Chief. So anyway, Naruto would end the battle with Neji. He'd obviously win pretty easily. And now, Gaara would fight Sasuke. This is a stronger version of Sasuke. So, Sasuke might actually stand a pretty decent chance. Even, like, at first, you know how, like, Sasuke was absolutely decimating Gaara when he was using Lee's taijutsu? Yeah, it would be even worse than that. He would, like, Gaara would start getting, like, excited and pissed and everything like that at the same time, and he would enter his partially transformed state. This, however, would not be quite as effective as it was in the original, because, again, Sasuke is a lot stronger than his original self at this point. So it's like an even battle at this point, because Gaara isn't gaining anything, and Sasuke is actually evolving his Sharingan slowly but surely. During this fight, it would actually awaken, but it would open the third Tomo of the Sharingan, and he would actually gain a little bit of an edge in the battle, or not a little bit, but an edge in the battle. Gaara would continue doing his little transformation sequence until he was like, remember when he was fighting Naruto, when he was literally just like a small version of like a weird looking Shukaku? He kind of enters that. Like, he doesn't just have like one arm or like a leg or something like that. It's like his whole body, but it's like small. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll put up an image if I'm not lazy, but yeah. Anyway, he basically does that, with Naruto basically watching this battle, knowing that Gaara is completely out of control at this point. He just watches, basically seeing if there's an opportunity where Gaara is literally about to kill Sasuke, where he would have to, like, step in and try to help. So, Naruto basically is just watching this battle. During this fight, obviously Naruto would only be at a 2 Tomo Sharingan, because he never really had that, like, awakening moment where he would need it to evolve to, you know, so he can get stronger. However, Sasuke did have that moment. So with Sasuke having a little edge over Naruto now, because he can, so actually, maybe they'd be pretty equal, because Naruto kept on fighting Haku, whereas Sasuke, like, fell to the ground. It's whatever. Whatever. It doesn't really matter all too much. Once, you know, it don't matter. Naruto's gonna surpass him in not too long, not gonna lie. Like, come on. It's Naruto we're talking about. He has a Nine Tails freaking chakra battery in his stomach. Let's be honest here. Still find that comment really freaking hilarious, though. Like, I really like that comment. Not even gonna lie about it. Anyway, so with basically, oh my god, why can't I? freaking speak. With Sasuke having an edge in the battle, he would basically be winning this. And Gaara would fully transform into Shukaku, revealing his literal tailed beast form. So, what's gonna happen here? like Sasuke isn't gonna be doing shit against that. Right? It took like Game of Bunta to do anything, and Naruto doesn't have the summoning jutsu in this what if yet. So what's gonna happen? Well, a bunch of the Jonin are gonna have to a bunch of the Jonin and Sasuke and Naruto and a lot of different people are gonna have to team up, and they're gonna have to try to figure out how the fuck they're gonna get on top of this thing and give Gaara a little chop to the neck, because remember, he basically just went to sleep. That's how Shukaku took over. So Naruto or somebody else has to jump up on top of him and give him a little chop to the neck and wake him up, basically making it so that Shukaku isn't there anymore. So they leave this task to Naruto, because I'm going to say it because he did it in the original, because why the fuck not? So how exactly are they going to get Naruto up there? Like, he's down here, and Gaara's way the fuck up there on top of a fucking tailed beast. Like, what's he supposed to do to get up to him? Well, with the ultimate plan, Kakashi grabs Naruto with Guy at his other side, and they just slingshot his ass up there. He goes flying way the fuck up there, with Naruto basically way above Shukaku at this point, and Shukaku didn't see him get thrown. Naruto is about to land on top of him, right next to where Gaara is. Very, very, like, come on. It's not plot armor, it's just luck that he's landing right next to Gaara. So, Naruto lands right next to Gaara, and he's about to give him a little chop to the neck to wake him up. However, some sand stops him because Shukaku noticed that Naruto landed on top of his fucking head. And he's just like, I'm not gonna let you do that. With Naruto knowing he needs this power, he evolves farther with the Sharingan. It evolves to the 3 Tomo state as some QB chakra starts searing out of Naruto, and he manages to break free of the sand, giving Gaara a nice firm chop to the neck, waking him up. As Shukaku dissolves, or whatever the fuck he does, Naruto and Gaara are falling back to the ground, locking eyes with each other and having a romantic... No, I'm kidding. So basically, Naruto and Gaara are falling to the ground now, with Gaara a lot more weakened than Naruto is at this point, because Naruto never really had to use, like, tons of shadow clones. He never really had to use the summoning jutsu. He never had to do all these different kinds of things and use a lot of chakra, so he's not anywhere near as weakened as Gaara is. So Naruto lands on his feet briskly, while Gaara clunks to the ground in a basically giant frickin' heap of dust. Naruto would walk over to Gaara now, and he'd be about to, basically knock him out, because he doesn't want him to transform again. And Gaara would be like, I have become a changed man because of you, Naruto. And I will never do bad things again. And in mere weeks or months, I would go on to become the Kazekage of my village. He basically says that. Naruto's like, okay, sounds dope, my guy. And he leaves Gaara laying there on the floor. Before realizing he probably shouldn't do that, he grabs Gaara, hunches him over his shoulder, and begins walking back towards the village. Because their battle took him pretty far, because Naruto literally got slingshotted into the air by 2 really powerful people. So, as Naruto walks back into the village with these people hunched over his shoulder, or one person hunched over his shoulder, everybody around him, basically being the only people who are fighting Shukaku, are like, yay, Naruto did it. Naruto managed to give him a little chop to the neck, and now he's carrying him back. Woo, woo, woo. Good for you, Naruto. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Naruto's like, yeah, bitch, I did that, and you can't do anything about it. So, Naruto walks back into the village. He leaves Gaara laying there on the floor for the rest of the Sand Ninja to deal with. What was happening while Naruto was gone? Well, Orochimaru showed up at the village. And with Sasuke being weakened, he gave him a curse mark, along with the fact that after he did that, he went to Hiruzen. Do you know what happened to Hiruzen? Yeah, he fucking did. That man did. Like, he ain't doing shit, he did. So, Orochimaru still got his arms sealed and everything like that, but poor Hiruzen. Poor Hiruzen, all I gotta say. Well, he did. So anyway, they would basically continue on going along with their lives, and Gaara would return to the village. He would become Kazekage after not too long, while Naruto and Sasuke would not Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto would be worried about Sasuke because he's been unconscious for like a really long time. and he noticed that weird thing on his neck, and he's like, what the fuck is that shit? So Kakashi and Anko would recognize this. Anko being the one chick who got fat in Boruto for some reason. Actually, it's because she ate a lot of candy. Fun fact. I don't know why I decided to bring that up, but I can. So anyway, Anko shows up and she's like, that is a curse mark from Orochimaru Sensei, my teacher. Obviously, Kakashi'd be like, damn, I don't like Orochimaru. He's kind of strong and he's kind of scary and I don't want to fight him. Like, I don't really like the guy. Like, he's kind of fucked. Like, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that one, Chief. So, with that happening, Sasuke would eventually wake up with the curse mark, doing its little activation thing, and Sasuke being an edgelord, but he doesn't actually hurt or kill anybody in this because he's just surrounded by a bunch of allies. Over a little bit of time, Sasuke would get that curse mark sealed away by Kakashi, just like he did in the original, making it so he can control it and still use ninjutsu and everything like that. But is he going to go with Orochimaru? You will have to wait for the next part to find out. See you guys in the next part. Peace out. Bye.